comrades, it's Premier Rever, and I am back again. And we have some decent progress in Nueve Revergrad. We could actually put some people in here, and they would all leave because they wouldn't be happy. But we are making progress on the rails. So the last bits we need to do is get this railroad bridge built so we have the... Well, no, actually, we don't need to do this, do we? We need to get this loop done. And now that I look at it, I think this guy's done. I've been distracting myself. I'll get into that in a minute. By the way, this storage has all the gravel it needs. And I'm not quite sure, other than the trucks are dropping this off, right? So trucks drop off gravel to here, and that's how they get their gravel. That other one is fed directly from one of these, and I don't have any kind of a pumping station. But anyway, that's a distraction. Let's go and make sure that this doesn't connect. All right, so let's make sure. I had a game crash, so you know that kind of throws you off your mark. Why doesn't that connect? Oh, this one. Did I connect the wrong thing? Oh yeah, I tried to do that one, didn't I? Okay, good. So he'll get this one done, and then that loop will be done. And then once that loop is done, we can then electrify it just so that before we put trains on there, it's done. We'll have to do this little bit. I guess he'll have to loop all the way around, but at least he can reach it, right? So because we built this little bit, I went over there. Oh, let's play time. I stopped it for the thing. All right, there we go. So, yeah, once that's... Yeah, we'll get that electrified, which won't take overly long, right? Once we get... The worst part will have to be that these are like different sections because of the train tracks. We'll have to get up here. But I've been doing a number of things. And the other thing I'm trying to get done, and it's a bit of a fiasco. Oh, good. Look, here comes some more prefabs. Right behind the prefab should be the steel guy. Oh, there comes another construction. So I've been working, just like I focused in on the last episode, trying to get what did I do the last episode? Oh, trying to get those electrical tracks done down there by the vodka plants. Well, now I've been trying to get these done. So I've got a lot of this stuff electrified. I noticed, you know, all of this, it's kind of annoying because we don't, you know, at some point I'll have to electrify it from somewhere. But so in the meantime, I think we're going to have to put up with all those little electrical symbols there. But, you know, I have 2 more projects assigned here, and then I have one assigned here, but I wanted to make sure these guys got out with the steel and the... Nope, no, don't go that way. Oh, why are you going that? Oh, because this is... No. Why? Oh, because you're going just... Okay, well, I'm fine with that. I don't think you're going to cause a problem because you can switch back over here. Yeah, see, this is the way... Well, that's... Yeah, I don't want them reversing on each other, so that's why we built this other loop. But I have these... I finished these little not finished them, but like finished planning them. So everything should be pretty close over here. The problem is just a very intensive, you know, like look at all the little electrical symbols. Some of them are construction symbols. Some of it I realized I electrified track that we're going to delete, which wasn't real bright, but at least I didn't electrify it all before I realized it, I guess. And then this guy... Yeah, what is he up to? Oh, he's missing steel. That's right. So right behind this other guy should be the steel train. Like I said, that's the chemicals train. See, I even know which trains are all backed up. I've been keeping an eye over here. Now, I also got all of this done. So I noticed some of the trains are actually taking this other route, which I don't particularly want them to do, right? So let's make sure there's no trains on it. Here, you know what? I'll electrify... See, once I electrify a section, they won't go that way anymore. So this should be the one way, the other way. We know there's no trains on the track, so we should be safe to not pin anybody in there, right? So we'll get this all electrified. That's the whole, well, a large part of the point of building it was to electrify. What did I miss? There we go. I'm not sure what happened there. No, there's just a little. You know what? That's good enough for now. Where does that go? it doesn't seem attached, does it? See that? Okay, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it doesn't look like it's attached there. Yeah, let's get rid of... is it just not finished? It might not be finished. Yeah, I think it's just not finished. All right, well, anyway, let's electrify some more of this just to get them to not go that way, right? Yeah, there's like a little tiny... Whoa. I don't even know how to do that. Yeah, I think there might be a little tiny section in here that's... Oh, there we go. Whatever it is, I appear to have figured it out. Good. So we'll get all this electrified, which is, like I said, a good portion of the reason that we were even doing this. Yeah, just up to there is fine. So this, yeah, you might as well keep working on that, right? Good. All right, so there's a little bit. We got to run all over the place today, right? So now, there's a few other things that I'd like to get done. Let's make sure these guys, yeah, they have 4 jobs, so I'm assuming, well, they got steel, so they should be getting steel. They should be working. Oh, look, our chemical train dropped it all off. So why are you sitting there? Just because everybody's busy? Good. Okay, well, let's go do some fun stuff in a sense. After all of our hard work. I think we are done down here enough that we could transfer to using the distillery. Right? We don't have, so right now we're using this field, this farm. And so what I want to do is, let's pause for a second. I want to, yeah, I guess I need to figure out which one's being worked, right? Here, now let's not pause. So which one is out here being harvested? This is field 7. So is there anybody else? This one, no, it's not assigned to any farm. Is there a road? Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah, this guy's just about done harvesting that one. So once they get done, yeah, let's unassign that. And that's not assigned. And that one's just growing. We'll try not to cause as little pain as we can, right? So we'll let these guys get done harvesting and getting the crops off here. I don't think it matters too much, but then we can get this guy. Now, is he on autos? No, he's not on auto, which is fine with me. Yeah, so we'll let these guys get done everything. That way they don't run out of fuel and annoy me. All right, let's make sure. All right, so that's all those fields, and then they can work on these 3. And do you have all the crops off of here? Yep, let's cancel that. Put it onto here. And then, yeah, you know what? We'll keep an eye on we're just going to cancel that. I don't think this is going to hurt. Well, it won't be the end of the world either way, right? So there we go. So now what we need to do is, let's close this infrastructure thing. And I guess I'll send the tractors over there first. And we'll get them sowing what they can, right? Does that make the most sense? Not that it matters too much. And then we'll send the, well, it doesn't matter really. We only have 3. Oh, no, there's a red harvester. So 3 green. Good. Yeah, so we finally got our other farm going. We'll be able to shut that other one down. I don't think the farms create too much pollution, but I'm sure it's better to... Did I already get that one? Yeah, he just left. Good, so now it should just be our covered trucks. All right, this part's not real exciting, but the whole overall process is exciting to me. All right, so let's escape a few times. No trucks or vehicles. We have power. I think we have everything we need. Now the next thing we're going to need is, yeah, this will be a little bit awkward. So we want to try to, yeah, let's get, yeah, all related vehicles. Let's put this guy over here and shrink him. And then the other thing that might be going here, yeah, so why aren't those guys leaving? Didn't I assign them, or are they're really slow getting out of there? Okay, good. All right, so let's see which vehicles are coming over to that storage. So this guy is going to send vodka. So instead of going to, oh look, we're exporting corn. Yeah, let's get rid of that. River distribution warehouse. Yeah, you know what, for right now, yeah, I just want to get, yeah, I don't know where that is, but I'm pretty sure, here, you know what, I'm just going to get rid of all of these. 2 stops required. Okay. So I want you to go from here. Yep, load. Good, we got that part right. And I want you to then go to here. No. To here. Right? So we're just going to we'll just do whatever we want to do. All right, unload. Yeah, I guess I want you to wait on both ends, though that could get kind of awkward. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's one. I probably should have left it open. Yeah, so these guys all seem to have, yeah, that's the one I just changed. And what is this guy? Yeah, they all seem to have the same thing. So let's see if we can't just switch all these now to that same. Right? So they should all get out of each other's way. And for now, those 4 trucks will just be taking grain from here over to there. So hopefully that doesn't cause too many problems. And then we got alcohol coming back out, and that means, yep, we have no crops here. Good, good. We're totally empty on everything. So yeah, this was one of the first buildings that we built. I think we're going to demolish it. Kind of sad in some ways, but here we go. We haven't demolished very much on this map. For all of our building, we haven't really replaced, you know, that many functions in a sense. So the grain storage can go as well. Let's hop over to the road so we can safely, you know, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, really? How about now? There we go. There we go. So we have no more farm there. So now, you know, we are working diligently on these railroads so we can get rid of all those trucks going back and forth. But there goes our farm equipment. Hopefully it all gets over there safely. The trucks made it pretty quickly compared to everything else. Are we out in the field yet harvesting and such? Well, no, but that's okay. All right, so let's go see. Now, one of the things I noticed was we weren't getting a lot of steel down here, but I think at one point I may have even taken that guy off. Yeah, so what did you do? Did you finish? Yeah, he finished a stretch. Good. All right, so let's just get you in. Yeah, work on that one for a little while. And I could see that other guy's working over here. So yeah, so we're in business. We should come back and take a look at this in a minute. But we now have, you know, we can ramp this up once. Like, I'm not going to do anything more now that we should have vodka production. Well, now what are you guys all doing? You were going... okay, so you're going to unload there. But we got a lot of trucks. Yeah, so go here and load. Yeah, that's plenty of trucks. Right? Because I know they don't have corn in them, so whatever they're doing here, they're... You know what? Come back here for a second. Do I have you waiting? Yeah, for now, even if that causes a fiasco. You know, what's your story before I copy? Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have a lot of trucks. Good. Oh wait, we had one hidden in there. What's your story? Same as the rest. Okay. Yeah, we had a truck parked on top of another one. So we got like eight trucks all doing the same thing. But I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. We'll see. That might cause a little fiasco down here. So good. Look, looks like a harvester is already going out. Now, do we have fuel here? A little bit, but let's see. The fuel truck that comes here could probably... Yeah, let's get him to make this. Now, is this new Farm Loc gas station? Yeah, so I guess he just hasn't made it there with fuel. Okay, well, anyway, he's scheduled to go there, so hopefully he makes it there with fuel sometime soon. And he's not waiting anyplace else, right? No, I don't want this open. Okay. All right, well, let's hope he gets fuel there. Speaking of fuel, I would like to do something. Where is our bitumen train? There he is, waiting for bitumen. All right, so what I would like to do is let's set this guy to actually take some fuel. We're like totally full of fuel, right? It's not like we couldn't use the money. So what I'm thinking of is after here, we add another stop to come back to here, and then let's go over to Importska, which will give us some US dollars. And yeah, let's get some fuel. Sell the fuel. Now, he should come back and just wait for bitumen again, right? So we won't sell off too much fuel unless we remember to catch him. So let's go ahead and just tell him to go to his next stop, get rid of that bitumen, and then we could delete, picking up this stuff, right? As a matter of fact, we could probably delete this right now just to make sure he doesn't come back and sell more bitumen like he should, even if he wastes a trip up to Molna, but we'll try to put him here so that way, we'll just get the oils working a little bit better. I got a comment that was pointing out that you can get, these refineries can do a lot more. And absolutely, I agree. Just one step at a time, right? So eventually, though, we can get our distribution going. But that should at least get them producing stuff so they're not, we'll get a few extra bucks and it just won't hurt. As far as these guys go, they were working up to here. And then I decided to send them all the way over here. How are they doing? Because another thing that's really kind of close to happening. Yeah, see, he's really taken a long route. Let's make sure no construction office is not assigned. Yeah, he's actually, in some ways, the best guy to do this, other than, you know what, if he's going to take the long route there, I think I could actually assign these guys to it, because he can come in the back door, right? Rather than assign him from all the way over there. Yep, see, he can come right in the back door and finish that up. Now, is that an electrical track? No, but we'll come over. So, we've got that track done. I've got this track electrified all the way around to here. Not that I'm not worried about it, but, you know, I just want to get them electrified before we put many trains on them. Is that electrified? Yeah, I just didn't see the rails. A graphics thing, I think. So how are we doing here? Are we building this one yet? Well, slowly. And like I said, we'll get this loop electrified, and then we'll fire this guy up. So we're selling fuel. We got our farm started up. And here's another thing I want. Oh, okay, what are we doing here now? Oh, yeah. See, this is the... They build back, and then they can't get out of here. Unfortunately... Yeah, see, I got all slick and put some signals, and now they can't loop around again. So let's go undo all of my signaling. Not undo it, but we'll just make these just regular old two-ways for now, even though they'll probably cause other problems, right? But I don't particularly want to create more nodes by not putting the signals back in the right place. Oops, I had it and then I messed it up. There we go. Yep, and that is a two-way, and then we got this one. Why don't I have one over here? You don't really need to do it that way, but okay, there we go. So can you get out of there now? Yes, good. All right, any other problems over here? Let's go see. What are you working on? You're only working on one rail. Why is that? Mostly because you got this one. See, they get these done and then they can't proceed any further. So let's get. Oh wait, you're going to come back out that way. No, you're going. I don't know. Let's just take our chances. See if that guy can't work on that one for a little while. All right, now. So this track is completely electrified. I think we're really getting close to starting up these bakeries. And yeah, this is really the holdup. So what I think I'm going to do is pause the video here for a few minutes and let these guys keep working on whatever they're working on. You know, I could probably, well, they might get in a little bit of a conflict. Now that we got some more steel up here, let's work on this for a second before I go. So what do we got going on here? Yeah, you were red. This is right where I crashed. So hopefully, I mean, I was doing slightly other things, but yeah, electrify that track so that gets done, and then we'll put his signal back up. Right. Yeah, you should be able to get out of there. So you've electrified that. Have we electrified all this over here? Yes. So now the next thing that needs to be done over here is to get these tracks all done, right? And this guy can't really get in there at the right angle, so to speak. Now, what are we doing here? What are you doing? You should be able to go around, right? Yeah. Okay, you're just holding things up, but that's okay. All right, so let's see if we can't come down here. Oh, we got another little... Okay, I don't know what you're doing, but you're canceled. Because you're clogging up the works. Right? All right, somebody go. Who's going? Oh, no, this guy's going. Brzezinsk South. So we're messing up the power plants. We're messing up Brzezinsk South. Brzezinsk South Railroad. Yeah, that's going to be down over that way. So let's go over here and, I don't know, let's start with the first one first, I guess. Right, so this guy can start working on there. And these little jam ups with these, I don't know how much you avoid it. See, we got the same problem. All right, so let's get rid of this guy from doing that. There we go. So like spring loaded, he got out the gate real quick. Yeah, see, then these guys pop out. As long as they're not going in that same direction, and this guy's, yeah, see, now we got another guy coming back here. Yeah, I don't know what they were working on. I don't know what Brzezinsk South Rail is, but I'm forgetting. Oh, that probably is this. So let's just cool our tool. We really want these trains to flow, right? There's our bitumen train. We got a lot going on there. So I will keep, kicking guys in the butt. Let's check this real quick. Do we have any? Well, we probably won't have any grain there. We got like 27 trucks that are, I think we've got a bunch of trucks that are sitting there. Yeah, but I'm not seeing any grain flowing just yet. What do these guys have? Yep, they have grain. Do we have a little bit? No, we're not too much, but I think we are getting grain in. So good. Yep, we're getting railroad tracks built down here. How much steel do we have? Because I don't think we're dropping off steel here anymore. Do we have? Oh, we have one open haul. Well, that's fine. That's a good throttle for that, right? So we'll only do so much rail building down here. We won't take away too much of our steel. How is our steel doing? Our steel is doing pretty well. Too well, as a matter of fact. I had a thought in between the episodes, and I'm not sure how well this would work out, but I assume it would go back and forth, and it certainly would be worth doing if it would work out. So let's come over here, and I don't think I would fit a large storage in here, though we could see if do we even have a construction office? Nah, we need a construction office. But I'm thinking of putting a storage area on here, because right now steel is like our most critical thing, and we don't have any, right? So let's go and take, are that two bulldozers? That's an excavator and a bulldozer. Yeah, so in the like before we get a full construction, we already have, yeah, let's just move the bulldozer over here. But before I even do that, just here's a little bit of a trick. If we get a smaller building, right, you use an excavator to building level. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. So in other words, if we wanted to try to level this out, look, so you can level with the building, oops, and an excavator. So let's see, can we level enough of this out to put in that big one? Because I just soon have the big one. It wouldn't cost us that much more money, right? And the neat thing is I'm even getting a road there. All right, can we put in a yeah, look at that, that's close. I mean, it certainly looks like it should fit in there, but you know what, let's just do a small one. That'll give us a good amount more storage. Let's see, can we connect it up? And even if I got to send a construction crew from a long way, right, now can we connect this up almost more importantly? Yes, it's an ugly road, but I've learned to accept those ugly roads. And why did you stop there? Oh, because the train, okay, there you are, steel train came back. Good. So I think that will, just provide a little bit more of a buffer. So, who's not doing anything and it's not you're not terribly far away, is this guy. He's been idle for a bit. So let's just send him down to work on these roads, and eventually we'll get that done. Good, so that won't hurt. I'm glad we caught that steel thing being an issue. And so like I said, I know I said it a few minutes ago, but let me pause it real quick, and I'll be back when I've made a little bit more progress on this railroad, and I'll just run around and do the kind of thing I just did the last 5 minutes. Sound good? All right, I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, we have made some progress. I fast forwarded time for a little while, and we're just about done. We got one last section of electrical rail track, so that will be, very good. This knucklehead came in and did the loop back because he can't go either way, because I had already assigned all of these to being electrical or electrified, like he couldn't get out of here. Like he needs to go one way or the other. And so when this guy gets done, so I was limited to the number of trains working, but I have these guys here working from either direction on this other track. So that's working out pretty well. Really, the problem is, if I haven't mentioned this before, we don't have any steel. So, I'm trying to get a little bit too much done. Now, what are you doing? Yeah, there's a problem here, I think, where we're feeding back to these. So I'm just sort of deleting some of these signals whenever they get stuck. Yeah, I think that's the only one stuck for now, right? The steel guy isn't getting stuck, so that's the most important thing at this point. But yeah, it feeds back on itself, kind of system here. So till I can get to deleting some of these tracks, that's just what's going to happen. And I have no more steel down at this construction area either, so I can't really assign him to do much. And that's okay, because I'd rather just get this bakery going, right? Like a lot of this, we just have to limit what we can build. Now, we are still building down here these railroad tracks, which, probably isn't a real big priority, but what the heck, we got to build something, right? So, but we are humming along now. You can see a fair amount of time has passed in game to where we're kind of back to a normal flow. If you watched yesterday's test, here is, I think if we put one extra field, they wouldn't quite keep up. I think the guy could still get it sown, but I don't think these guys would keep up. And here's why I say that. So I didn't really get into this, but if you look, we have 4 fields that are 1, 4, 5, 6. See what I mean? So the harvesters really aren't keeping up with this at this point. So your choice is to put another harvester and truck on there and have less sowers, but then, you kind of, just so that you don't, where am I going here? Just so that you don't, this is what I wanted to show you. Like we have 4 of each, right? If you take one of these tractors off, then the sowers don't, the tractors don't really keep up with the sowing as well. So you could, if you take one off, you stand the chance of backing up your trucks, right? Because if these guys don't keep the stuff coming off the field, then you start losing some of it, right? So you could argue that it would be better to get rid of 2 of these tractors and put another set of trucks, or maybe, try to put a 5th harvester and hope your trucks keep up. But at some point, to me, this is just less hectic, I guess you could say. It's a smooth operation. It flows fine. I haven't ever really been able to convince myself that there's anything better than this operation right here. Now, again, if you watched yesterday's test video, you could certainly argue that if you could get medium-sized fields somehow more efficiently closer to the farm, then you'd be better off maybe. But even then, I don't think there's that much difference. This is fine. If you're worried about the difference between 95 and 100% efficiency, then go for it, right? Personally, I'm not. I'd rather just build another farm and produce 25% more total, right? So anyway. All right, so yeah, we are keeping steel here, so these guys are generally staying busy and just sort of working on their tracks, not having any problems. Eventually they'll complete the tracks. They're sort of doing this loop part right here. So there's a couple things I want to do, and one of them is we can't really buy an electrical train. Now, we don't necessarily need them for the crops, because I can just for now reuse the other trains that have so we bought this train and it couldn't get out of the station and confused the heck out of me, if you remember that episode. So what I was thinking of is a good spot to build another depot where we could buy an electrical train because I would want to put electrical train in this loop so it never has to leave, right? Theoretically, if we have electrical, it should just go around and around and around, and that'll cause less problems. So in looking at it, I think this over here is probably about as good a place as any, just because I don't really ever plan on going up over this hill. And if we keep it maybe a little bit off to the side, even if we did, we might go up right here. So let's see what we can do as far as getting in a train depot. That's not too big. We don't want it right near the tracks. Maybe we put it like this, right? So if we ever did put something and it's almost levelish kind of there, right? Now before we, yeah, let's level off. Oh, I really didn't mean to do that, but okay, we'll deal with it. Now this should definitely be electrified track eventually. And yeah, we definitely want it to be able to go both ways. So let's do a nice broad sweeping turn, maybe to over here, right? Like I'm thinking, you know what? Let's first let it do it in regular track, because then I don't think we need any more than one connection. And what I'm thinking of is, let's see. Right, when I like making broad sweeping turns, is that going to turn? Yeah, let's just see if we can do that a little bit and then bring it back. So if we ever did have a train going over that way, this would definitely work, right? And this could be another broad sweeping turn. Wonderful. And then what I'll do is see, can we bring this guy in there? No, it's going to be too tight anyway. Let's get rid of this for a second. We don't have to build this here, right? I'd rather build around this track. So let's leave enough room for a signal. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So we don't even have to build that one. We can just leave it there for the future. And then we would want them to be able to get each way, right? Which means tying these tracks kind of together, which might be, let's bring it around like that. And then this is going to be a little bit awkward until we have a bit of a straight. There we go. And then the same thing here, just so they can get in and out. Well, they're only going to ever be coming in this way, right? No, we don't need that. What I need to do is, theoretically at least, yeah, let's get rid of all of this. Oops. Nope, you didn't work there, did you? Yeah, I found it's better to start like in the middle there. So like this guy should really come over to this other track, right? Because then when he's coming in this way, now, you know what? He still wants to be able to get out this way, doesn't he? Well, that wasn't real bright, but there we go. That was easy enough. Kind of looks better anyhow, doesn't it? Same thing here. They do want to be able to get back. So let's delete a good chunk of this. And then come off of this track first, because I think it might... Oops, what happened? Can't start right on a semaphore. Yeah, I think that might end up looking a little bit better. Let's get rid of this. Right, and then this should... There we go. Yeah, I think that looks at least marginally better, right? There we go. Now, will this guy have power? Does he need power? I don't think he needs power. We're going to give him a test anyway. All right, so let's commit to that. Now, yeah, really, I'm just worried about getting this one done, right? So what are these guys doing? This guy got done that little bit. That can wait. So let's get them. He can keep working on that other track, and then this guy can come down here. Yeah, I think it's two-way where he can get to this. Let's hope. Let's check. No, we got one way right here. So let's two-wayify this. All right, yeah, so now he should be able to get there. Yep, two-way. 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 And then, so that this doesn't cause a complete mess, that's a regular signal. I don't really want that there. See, when you do these big sweeping, you should be able to get, you know, a little bit better train flow through this whole thing. Now we want that two-way. I don't know that it really needs to be a two-way chain. For now, we'll put that guy there. We'll put another one there. Put one here. Yeah. You know what? We don't really need one in there, but we'll put one here too. Probably didn't need that other. There we go. So that should get them in and out without causing too many jam ups. And this other guy, by the way, is finishing up this track here. So when we're ready, we can electrify that, and then that'll be that. So I've also kept these guys busy down here, even though, you know, I regret it a little bit, but they're not really using that much steel. We got another coal mine being worked on, you know, so that costs us a little steel, but there's a lot of labor goes into this, so I wanted to get that started. And then this guy was, you know, all part of that train loop, so I figured, well, let's go ahead and get that one done too, right? But that's eating up a little bit more of our steel, and then just paving these tracks is eating up more of our steel. But there we go. So now we need to get a road up here, don't we? And I'm not sure what the best thing to do is. Probably just a good old dirt road over there, right? Yeah, you know what? We might as well level it up. Not like it cost us anything. Yeah, so how do we want to... I don't really want a double railway crossing there. You know what? Let's just take him right on around. It's just a little construction road. We can always delete it. And then we can get one of these guys. Are they both busy? This guy looks less busy. He's doing that mine. You know what? This guy's only doing the loading station. So, oh, doesn't connect. What? Oh, it doesn't, does it? Okay, I thought that was connected, but thank you, game, for letting me know. There we go. So that eventually that'll be done. So what I'm thinking of is, in the next episode, we'll actually fire up the bakery, because it's a pretty big project there. You know, it won't be done this depot anytime real soon. That'll give me a little time in between the episodes, because in order to get the bakery going, I need to get these people moved in, and then in order to get the people moved in, well, this track is now, yeah, it's now done. Now, is it done? Why? What is your problem? Okay, well, we got a little bit of a... Yeah, I've been fixing this issue, letting these guys in and out. Yeah, let's see if that... Yeah, I think that should all be electrified, right? Yeah, so there shouldn't... Yeah, that's a symbol for this other track. So what do you think, buddy? You wanna go for it again and see if you can make it? You should be able to get out now. There you go. Hey, freedom, free at last. He's been sitting there quite a while. So I wasn't too upset because I kept running out of steel, right? There we go. We got another steel train. So the steel's doing pretty well. How are we doing on our steel construction? Or yeah, look. Okay, now I'm hoping this works out well, right? Does this hold that extra little bit and just help prevent this guy from... I'm hoping it doesn't just suck it out and not put it back in. I think it should go both ways, right? So let's hope that gives that little bit of extra storage to make sure our train gets by. All right, now, I think I figured out what's wrong with... And we might need to find and or buy a dumper. Right, but I think I figured out what's wrong with, where is it? Show it to you. With this. Look, this guy has the same issue where he's only getting 12 tons. So the problem is that it's this. It's when you connect directly to an aggregate storage is the problem. So what I want to do is let's go over to the depot that's right over the hill here. Is there any dumpers in there by any chance? No, you know where we can steal a dumper from? Are you a dumper? Open haul. You're some dumpers there. Yeah, let's just... Oops, I did get to them. let's just steal a couple dumpers. And let's go over to, back over to there. And let's see the related vehicles. Oops. The related vehicles to this guy. Doesn't tell me related vehicles. Is that because this is an unload? Yes. All right, so we got two dumpers coming over to here. And what I'm thinking of is, I don't even know if we need those other dumpers now that I'm thinking about it. So instead of going there, let's go here. And we just want you to drop off directly. Now the only unfortunate thing about that is sort of makes that whole aggregate storage just nothing but a waste. Now we could possibly build a mechanical thing in there, but yeah, let's delete that. And then this needs to be a unload. All right, and then, yeah, you know what I think I want to do? I mean, I still like to have the idea of having a buffer there, right? This guy can go direct like he is, but then this, one of these guys, yeah, let's go back and look at this one. It's these two, I think, on the end. There we go, I can just see them. Yeah, you know what, now that I think about it, let's take, nope. Oh, it's assigned to a workplace, okay. I didn't really think of that. I got too much junk open. Let's give ourselves a tiny bit of room. Yeah, let's send these guys over to here. Now, as soon as you're moving, can I get you to do... So we want this guy to go get more... Oops, come on. There we go. Oh, now why'd you only do part of your... I don't know. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah, get rid of that. It must be because they're in the middle of it, so to speak. I'm really making this more complicated than I need to. Sorry about that. I shouldn't have taken that one truck off. I should have just left him alone. But these are bigger trucks, too, I think. So, we'll see. All right, get in there so I can copy to one of you guys. So this guy's going back and forth between Przink North aggregate and there. So, now you know what? Go back to the depot. Yeah, okay. You know what? We're just gonna stop fighting with you. I was trying to be patient. Yeah, so I want you to come to here and unload. That's what I was trying to accomplish. And yeah, you can wait there. Yeah, don't wait down there. You can start that. You know what? He was going to get fuel, wasn't he? No, he's got fuel. All right, I don't care. There we go. And then this guy, I think I'm just going to have him drive back and forth between here and here. The problem with this is that, you know, he's going to kind of clog up the works, and I can't put him into here. So we'll have to see. So let's just make sure, you know, he waits and unload gravel. Why not? Load gravel. And start. All right, so that should be getting us, in theory at least, more gravel. Even though that's a very awkward way to have to do it. I really wish that would just fill it up. I don't understand why it wouldn't. When I did find the comment from the dev talking about putting the mechanical thing on there, he said, well, it balances out a certain percent. Well, so I think what's happening is that it's not just counting this aggregate storage separate. It's, you know, it thinks that it's 94% full because all of this other stuff is what I'm guessing. I don't know. It's poorly done. For a well-done game, that part is a bit poorly done. You know, I think you'd almost have to admit that. But anyway, there we go. So we got that solved, and then I think we could do, you know what, let's steal in this case, just one more truck. Where are we at? We need to back up. You know, rather than buying trucks, these guys are, you can always buy more from up there, up there. And we're going to have this guy come all the way down here so that he can drive from here. Yeah, let's send him to this depot. Oh, there is another depot over there, and then I closed them. Darn it. And then I can't see him anymore. Let's get up there before he gets too far away, and I don't know which one he is. There he goes, right there. Caught him. All right, now I should be able to assign his thing here. Yeah, so I want you to go from this aggregate storage to there. And see, the problem is in this one, we've already got vehicles sitting there waiting. Now, can I get that bricks guy? Let's just see. Yeah, see, there's 4. What is this guy doing? Importska storage wood. Are you waiting? Yeah, so, you know, I'm going to take the wood guy off of here. Let's just send the wood guy, because I'd rather have this other guy wait. If we need wood and it causes a problem, I'm just willing to deal with it. But I'd rather this guy be able to sit here. Clothing, rail, construction office. See, we got it all backwards. All right, so let's then go and unload and wait. All right, so that way we can, I don't know. Yeah, you can wait. Here's what we have to do. And then we'll close this, and then we have to get this guy. Instead of going to the rail construction office, he's going to go into here. Yeah, we really have this deciding to do things backwards every time. All right, and then you can wait, and then we'll cancel this. That's fine. I don't care if he makes an extra run for a few bricks. There, so we should start getting a little bit more gravel in there, I hope. Yeah, so now... Yeah, I think that's the problem. Let's just see what happens. Hopefully that works out. Let's see. Has this guy gotten anything accomplished over, not there, over here? Yeah, look, we already have 28 tons. So yeah, that's working. Yeah, that's a shame that doesn't work because it makes a nice buffer for this, but live and learn, right? Live and learn. I guess we could, well... Yeah, we could probably get rid of that, but, you know, when it's kind of remote, I was hoping to be able to get away with that without having to put a mechanical thing in there. All right, so how are we doing? Are we starting to build that? Yeah, good. And we're starting to build the tracks. And no jam-ups over here. And this is all electrified, ready to go. One last thing I'd like to do before we leave, and I think that'll be the last thing for the day, is we need to be able to get into here, and I don't necessarily want to always have to go like all the way around and then in, right? Not when we could do a little bit of track building, like say over here, right? So we already have, well, you know what, maybe like right off of here because our crisscross is close. So like if we just come right off of here and here, and this could be semi-temporary. Let's see, when we get over there, the problem is, oh no, you know what? This is, yeah, we really need to be able to get into this loop here. And it would be nice to be able to get in both directions. So let's see, can I, let's come, and this could just be like a temporary track. Yeah, I'm going to start from here and see. No, that's a mess. You know what? This is a loop, so it doesn't really have to be from both directions. All right, so this guy I'm going to keep maybe over this way a little bit extra. And see, this guy's a loop, but there's only so much benefit. Yeah, I really want him to be able to come in, join up with this guy, but then yeah, is that... It would also be pretty nice if he could get over to here, but he's not going to be able to get over to here unless I can do this. No, you didn't. Oh. Sometimes it takes a little manual leveling. I don't really want you leveling up so much. Angle too sharp. It was awful close. Oops. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, it's not going to like. Yeah, can I just maybe now I can. There we go. There we go. A little harder than I expected it to be, but then good. So we can get these trains to come in if we can get another one like from here, right? And then let's join all these up. This will be, if we don't do a double track here, which I don't particularly want to do. Yeah, we can bring that guy up to like here. This is just an extra station I don't even know if we're going to use ever, but hill climb too big. Oh, I had you green for a second. Right, and then really, where are we at? Yeah, we want to come alpha here. And I want you to be able to go, well, really, yeah, now that, oh, what was that? I don't know how you make a track like that. There we go. Yeah, so we'll just connect this guy up. This is kind of temporary. And do we really want to make it one track? I mean, two would definitely be beneficial. Yeah, you know what? Let's, at least up to this point, right? Yeah. So what we're going to do is see, okay, crossing not allowed, that's fine. Let's do, I think the crossing not allowed comes from the fact that, yeah, you know what, let's redo this slightly. And let's see, can we get you to go to the other one? And then hopefully that doesn't make you too tight. No, a little awkward, but, you know, and again, at least we can get, I can get a train going this way and another train going that way. We could still bring one in from this side if we wanted to, but yeah, that should work out okay. And so let's just plop a few signals in here, right? Just so we can. We should probably kind of one-wayify this. Yeah, actually. It should be easy enough to just, all right, we'll make this one a chain one. That way, in case we are working on the other, but really that way when they come in or out, they'll just go one way or the other. They won't try to go up the same track, and then one can go this way and do its thing. Yeah, so let's two-way each of these. And yeah, we'll just have to see. You know what I'm going to do is, way on the far end of this loop, I'm going to put a signal just in case I decide to try to send two trains in there, which, you know, we might do. Same thing here. Let's just put a signal here, just to sort of make sure it's not all just one massive track, which tends to cause problems. All right, good. So now, good. So how are we doing? Do we have, what are you guys working on? You're working on the depot, so we need to get this depot done. I think I'm going to finish this depot off between the episodes. And then that way we can buy the electrical track. And these guys are, yeah, they're well on their way to getting this other track done, which we don't really need. But we can start, you know, as steel permits, start getting a little more intensely into building these rails now that we have this planned out, right? You know, we should probably electrify this before too long, but we can do that later on. And this guy could do it as well. So how is our steel? To give you an idea, see how it drops pretty quick? So I'm going to just sit here and, yeah, I think the depot is all we need, really, right? I mean, we're going to need to make sure we get workers and everything down to here, and I'm kind of nervous about the whole thing working. But, yeah, I mean, we have people in schools, and yeah, we don't really, you know what, we never really finished this, did we? Yeah, you know what, you can, I don't know what this is, but let's just get it done. I think it should be like a plate. Yeah, this is, we need, yeah, let's get this done. Now, do you have power to here? Building is without power supply, so why? Okay, well, I guess I just didn't think that was important. Let's get that done before we leave. Medium voltage, use the bigger ones because why not? Yeah, and I think let's come out to there. Yeah, I think I'll cheat it this way a little bit. I don't think I'm going to build another building right off the end there. Right? Good. So now you can also work on that. And then one more thing before we go will be, where is our, is to get some footpaths in. And my footpath building master is right over here. Because we need to get this soccer stadium, or whatever it is, tennis court. Go. Guess I could, yep, there we go. Yeah, so I want to build, you know, more footpaths like this. But this guy, I didn't mention it yet, but this guy has, oops. There we go. This guy has been a footpath building fool up here. Is there any more that I could reach that I couldn't reach before? Yeah, it doesn't connect, so we didn't build that road, so we're building that road. But look, I put a whole bunch of footpaths to make it easier for these guys to get to these trains. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let them walk there, see how it goes. They're not the prettiest footpaths you ever saw, but and these guys I'm not too worried about getting there because it's kind of hard to get out the back here. So I'm hoping they have no problems getting to the train station. And I don't want to build any more houses because that's enough for starters. So there we go. Well, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and be prepared for the next episode that we're going to get into firing up the bakeries. We got our vodka going today more fully. Let's take one last look at that and just see if it's actually, yeah, we have 138. So grain is no longer the problem. So, yep, we got alcohol in storage. So let's just see. I don't know how long this has been going on, but let's take a look at Soviet bloc. Well, not too much alcohol. Look, you can see it dropped off the cliff there, right? Let's see. Last month we should have had alcohol. Yeah, so let's go back to imports from Western. Alcohol from the Western is still up pretty high. So maybe we'll check out why that. Oh, that's last month. Sorry, this month. Yeah, we are still not quite getting it, but let's see. Give it a little time. Sometimes these things, take a few minutes to get them fully into effect. But there we go. We've kind of recovered from our alcohol thing. We got our pollution further away. We'll be able to get a whole nother vodka plant going here. And if we really wanted to, we might even be able to jam in another one, right? But I think this will be plenty of vodka for us. At least for our own people's needs for a little while. All right, well, there you go. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. And we will be back when we're ready to start doing our bakeries. I'm kind of excited. It's been a long time. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a time when all I did was seem to plan stuff. And then now all I seem to do is do construction. So it feels good to knock something off of the list officially. So I will see you in the next episode. I'm looking forward to it. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.